Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We're going to get you out of here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live for your picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. Let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks, as we don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's say hello to Big Al. Big morning. Big Al, what's going on?
Oh, not much, Tony. Just hanging in there, trying to bounce back off a bad start to the week. So fingers crossed we get back into the win column today.
Yeah, absolutely. So to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Yeah, I agree. Tough day yesterday for me as well. So let's get back to the win, and it was a good start to kick off 2025. But definitely having a little bit of a slump. Those happen, so let's get on the right side of things and kick butt and start winning again.
I agree with you. Let's say hello to Wayne. Wayne, what's going on?
Not much, Tony T. Miss you guys. It's been a little while. Coming off a decent day. Just looking to continue the momentum. Solid card in NBA and college basketball. Hopefully, we can give out some winners for you guys today.
Absolutely. Let's say hello to Joey. Joey, what's going on?
Hey Tony, happy Wednesday. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I hope to continue to do great. I'm off to a pretty good week here. Last 5 days over at Pick Dawgz. Boy, the NBA has been good to me. 15-0-1 with my ATS NBA. Just riding the teams, right? Riding the Philadelphia 76ers, riding some Toronto, riding Portland, fading Orlando. And over the course of 8 days, you can go 15-0-1. They're just isolating those teams. So, yeah, we'll look to continue the roll there with the premiums in the NBA. So let's get rolling here tonight here with the NBA. So we'll get started here with NBA here to start the show here. We'll start with the first block of 3 games. So let's get ready to roll here with the NBA. All right, let's go here. We'll start here with Bucks and Hornets. We see the Bucks here now up to 11 in total, 222. Cavs and Pistons. Cavs on the road 4.5. Total sits here 234. Spurs and Hawks. We've got the Spurs 4.5. Total 243. Let's take a look at the injuries here. We got Basie out for Spurs, Paul probable. Of course, De'Aaron Fox will make his debut here with the Spurs tonight. On the Atlanta side, no Bogdanovich, no Capella, no Zeller. Looks like Trae Young will be in the starting lineup tonight for Atlanta. Cleveland and Detroit. Okuru, Travers, Wade out. Donovan Mitchell has been a late addition to the injury report. Iffy here with the right shoulder contusion. This is the back end of a back-to-back, but Donovan Mitchell, questionable late addition here for Cleveland. Ivy out, KJ Martin out here for Detroit. KJ Martin coming over here to the Pistons now. Over on the Milwaukee-Charlotte game. In this one, we've got Baldwin. Of course, Kuzma was traded here for Middleton, so Kuzma not playing tonight here for Milwaukee. Robin's out. On the Charlotte side, no Ball, no Martin, no Koji, but Mitchell has been upgraded to probable for Charlotte. So we got you caught up here with these 3 in this block. So we'll get this one underway here with Wayne.
Yeah, we'll start with this Cleveland-Detroit game. We'll go with Cleveland in this one. Just not enough points for Detroit getting, in my opinion. They need to get at least about 8 points for me to look their way. No real rhyme or reason to fade Cleveland, and they're coming off a loss. Been a better cover team all season. A lot of people might be looking at the rest disadvantage, but Cleveland has strived in the rest disadvantage spot as they have plenty depth, size, just an overall better team, only laying 5 points. I'm going to take Cleveland to pull away late there. And give me Charlotte over Milwaukee, just way too many points. Definitely with Milwaukee in the form they're in, 1-5 in their last 6 overall. 1-4 on the road. They have the worst defense over the last 3 games, giving up 133. You're asking the Charlotte team that plays defense at home to cover a double-digit spread. I think they can. Give me Charlotte plus points.
There from Wayne. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me in that Bucks and Charlotte game, give me the under 222 in that matchup. I think that 222 is just too many points. I don't know if I was going to get all that scoring from lower scoring one. I don't think we maybe we get to 200, 210, somewhere in that range, but we're not going to cruise into the 220s. We're the under 222 in that matchup. And then you know what? It looks like because Trae Young is in and checked in, you only have to lay 4 with the Spurs. You know what? I'll lay 4 with the Spurs in what's going to be a track meet. And I think what we see with the Spurs offense, I think it just continues to be able to score. I don't like what we've seen over from Atlanta offensively over their last few games. That's for sure. Spurs have been rolling along. Look at that total. Definitely, I think we cruised into the 250s, like the over there as well. And then looking at Washington, Brooklyn. Kind of was leaning into Brooklyn, but that's a lot of points to be laying with the Brooklyn team now. That normally is getting a good double digits as a dog. It's like that one is just a complete pass. I can't touch Washington or Brooklyn tonight.
Yep, 7-point line move there.
Gotta take a Ruffalo. Got a Ruffalo of that one, and I don't think a whole lot of Ruffalos, but I gotta take a Ruffalo there.
Yeah, no Kuzma. Valanciunas traded there, so 2 pieces out from Washington tonight. Next up, we move on right over to. We're going to move on over next up here to Big Al.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Detroit Pistons plus the points against Cleveland. Cleveland had to play last night. They're 40-10, so their win percentage for the season is .800. And when you take a look at how unrested teams with .766 or better win percentages do, if it's at game 46 forward, they're 0-13 ATS their last 13 and 2-20 ATS their last 22 when they're matched up against a rested opponent off an upset loss. Detroit, of course, was upset by the Hawks in the last game, so I'm going to take Detroit plus the 4.5. And I'm gonna take the Spurs to bounce back off that blowout loss at Memphis. They lost that game 128-109. And as I just mentioned, Atlanta upset Detroit in its previous game, and the Spurs are 45-13 ATS off a loss by more than 17 points if they're then favored in their next game against an opponent off an ATS win. So I'll lay the points with San Antonio.
You know, Big Al, you're a Spurs guy. What'd you think about them getting Fox?
It was brilliant. They didn't give up any of their 8, rotation guys. I mean, well, they gave up Trey Jones, but I mean, it's, I was listening to the podcast before the trade when the rumors had started and what everyone thought we would have to give up. And then you compare that to what they actually did give up, and it was night and day. I mean, people thought, okay, you're going to have to give up Steph Castle. You're going to have to give up, Keldon Johnson or some combinations of that kind of stuff. And then we don't give up anyone. I mean, we give up, basically meaningless draft picks. So it was a brilliant move by the Spurs front office. Sacramento didn't come out poorly because they got Levine from Chicago. Chicago just had a horrible trade. Chicago, their GM should be shot.
Yeah. Over Dallas's?
I mean, it's 2 different situations. I mean, Dallas is trying to position itself to win a championship. I don't know what the hell Chicago's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, Chicago, their motivation was to get back the draft pick that they gave to San Antonio in the DeRozan deal. And they were going to keep it anyway because they're tanking. I mean, it's top 10 protected this year, top 8 protected the next 2 years. They were never going to lose it to begin with. So it's just dumb.
Yep, no doubt about that. No doubt with Dallas trying to win a championship next couple of years too. Maybe the GM probably got that message from the new ownership. We got to win fast. Next up, we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Spurs here as well, similar to what Big Al said. The Hawks are 1-4 their last 5, and so are the Spurs here. But honestly, I think the Spurs can run away with this down the stretch. They're 5-2 against the spread off a road loss. And the Hawks are 7-14 against the spread this season in non-conference games. I think the Spurs win here. And then I like the Bucks on the road against the Hornets. Both teams are struggling. They're combined 1-9 their last 10 games overall. But I don't know. I think the Bucks can come away with this. The line looks like it's moving in the right direction for them. I think the Bucks come here and win by 15 or more.
There from Joey. Tell you what I think here about these games here. I'm going to look at the Charlotte side. Milwaukee here defensively over the past 5 games, got 124 points per 100 possessions, a -12 net rating. Charlotte has been playing a little bit of defense here, but Milwaukee's playing their 6th road game in 7 games. I don't like it when you have a 1-game homestand in between road trips. That's what they did. They had a 1-game homestand on Friday, then hit the road again. They failed to cover 5 of 6. It's 8 straight home games for Charlotte, covering 4 of 6. So I'll look here at Charlotte. The Bucks here in poor defensive form as well. Look at Charlotte in this spot. Also, we'll look at Detroit plus the points. Pistons here, 7-5 as home underdogs, and they will have rest advantage in this spot here. The Cavs here. I'll look at there in this one. Looking at the Detroit Pistons here, are shooting 48% over their past 5. I'll look at them in this spot. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Ready for the next series of games here from the NBA, and they will be Wizards and Nets. We've seen the big line move here. Nets now the 5-point favorite, total 218. Grizzlies and Raptors. Grizzlies now up to is 10.5-point favorites, total 236.5. Heat and Sixers. Sixers now the favorite. Sixers 1.5-point favorites, total 220. Let's take a look at the injury report here. In these games, as you know, there will be no Kuzma, no Valanciunas for Washington. They've been traded out. Also add to the injury list here, Bagley, Bay, Johnson, Sarr out there for Washington. On the Brooklyn side, no Bogdanovich, no Clowney, no Lewis, no Cam Thomas, no Watford. Yeah, it was, and Sharp is questionable. Yeah, it was wishful thinking that some of these guys that were upgraded earlier to question what we're going to play now. They're all out. They're all out for Brooklyn. There, Miami and Philadelphia. Butler, Richardson, and Stevens out for Miami. On the Philly side, no Embiid, no Drummond, Grimes doubtful. Paul George has been upgraded to questionable. Let's see what the story is on Paul George here with the upgrade. He's got a finger issue, and we're going to see it's pretty much he completed an on-court workout here. He's missed 5 straight games. Full participate in the Monday's practice. And so now he's been upgraded to game time decision. So that's the story there with Paul George tonight. That's probably why we've seen the line move here. Philly now the favorite. So let's get this one underway here with Wayne.
Yeah, we're going to look at this Memphis-Toronto game. Both these teams solid over the leg, especially against the spread in 3. But Memphis, to me, has been playing a better competition. Memphis is 9-1 straight up. Starting to get healthy. Bench, a better bench. As Tony mentions, Toronto dealing with injuries. No Barrett, no Porter, no Quickly. This Memphis team is just a team, quite frankly, I don't want to step in front now. They're way strong offensively, way better defense, and a lot more coming bench. I'm going to lay it with Memphis spot.
There from Wayne. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, the couple I like at this spot, I like the 76ers flip to the favorite. They're definitely playing the better offensively, that's for sure. Shooting 51% field goal shooting, scoring about 119 points a game. Well, you look at what the Heat have been doing on the road, and they're only scoring 44 field goal percentage shooting anyways at 109 points per game. So give me the 76ers in that one. And I agree, give me Memphis over the Raptors. We're giving you, 6.5 last time. I think it's opened at 6.5, and it's skyrocketed up to where it is now. And you know what Memphis does against poor defensive teams? Well, they're 13-2 ATS this season. So give me the Grizzlies. I think I'm going to extend that out to minus 15.5 at a nice plus price. I think they whooped the Raptors tonight in that matchup.
There from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Big Al.
Yeah, I'm going to go against Memphis. They put up 155 points in their last meeting versus Toronto. When teams are playing with revenge from a loss where they gave up 145 or more and they're an underdog, they've gone 42-17 ATS. So I'll take it.
Get Memphis now.
Got to make them sprinkle there. Got to sprinkle a little on Toronto there. There you know. You guys know.
Get Memphis now. Walter's like, no chance. I can't do it. Walter's 15-4. Yes,
that's right, Rod. You got to go back. You got to go back on your pick.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Walter's 15-4. He's on fire.
Yeah, Walter chime in with his pick. Well, on over to Joey.
Yeah, I'm going with the Grizzlies here. They're 4-1 their last 5. Honestly, Raptors really don't score much, and if the Grizzlies get as hot as they've been shooting, I really think they're going to run away with this. Grizzlies are 7-3 against the spread as a road favorite this year, and the Raptors are 6-8 against the spread as a road dog with 10+. I don't know. I'm sorry, not as a road dog, just as a dog as a overall. I don't know. I think Memphis can win this one. Even though there's a dog barking in the background, I think we get this.
Oh, he's going against that big 9 move there from right there from Joey. I'm just like 1 in this spot. I'm staying away from that Brooklyn-Washington game. That's that line is too much there. I might even consider the other side, but not now. I like the Sixers as a dog. I like them as a favorite with that news on Paul George, the upgrade there. He just failed to cover 8 of 11. Sixers have been just in great shooting form. They covered 7 straight. Look at the Philly. Why get off them now? I think Philly in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for the next series of games here from the NBA, and they will be Bulls and T-Wolves. T-Wolves now up to 12 in this game, total 226. Warriors and Jazz. Jazz down. Warriors down from 7 the overnights to 6, total 224.5. Pelicans and Nuggets again. Nuggets here 10.5, total 239.5. Let's take a look at the injuries here for these series of games here as we look here at Bulls and Timberwolves. Remember the Bulls on a back-to-back, and they've got a lot of lists here. No Ball here for Chicago. Collins, Horton Tucker, Werder, Trey Jones, Sanogo. These are traded guys here. A lot of them there out for Chicago. Terry, questionable for Chicago. DiVincenzo. Randall's going to be out for a couple weeks. He continues to be out for Minnesota. New Orleans and Denver. No Ingram, no Jones. Alvarado, questionable. New Orleans has been kind of quiet here with these during this trade deadline. Keep an eye on New Orleans probably tomorrow. Denver here on their side. No Kenkar, no Watson, no Westbrook. Gordon is questionable. Gordon's a key player here in this game because the fact there isn't a whole lot of depth here for this Denver team. He's got a calf injury. He will be a game-time decision, so that's the story there on Gordon. Remember when Gordon was out, boy, the Nuggets really struggled during that stretch with him out of the lineup. Warriors and Jazz, we've got Kuminga, Moody out. Wiggins, Green are both probable. On the Jazz side, Hood-Safino, Sexton, Tucker, Williams out. Sexton's a guy that does things for them. Markkanen here is questionable. Let's see what the word is on Markkanen tonight. Iffy with the back issue, game time decision there for Markkanen. He's had some subpar performances. We'll see what happens here with Markkanen tonight. We get this one underway here with Wayne.
Yeah, and that Bulls Minnesota game, I was looking at that total a lot, and I'm gonna ride with the over in that spot. Just two teams that are struggling to play defensively. Slightly hesitant only because of the injuries, but the numbers definitely show for this game to go over. Minnesota should be able to run all over this Bulls defense, and Bulls have no trouble scoring and hitting the three ball. Give me the over in that one.
There from Wayne, and next up we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of like the over in that one as well, but give me the points with the Bulls. I just don't trust this Minnesota team to be covering 12 points now. They're only 4-17 as a home favorite this season, so can't do that. I'm not laying that kind of number with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So give me the Bulls plus the points in that one. And look at what the Pelicans have done all year following a 10-plus point blowout loss. Well, they followed up with another loss. 0-8 ATS are the Pelicans following that type of loss. I'll lay it with the Denver Nuggets on that one, even if Gordon doesn't play. I think he does, but I'm going to lay the 10.5 with Denver in that one.
There from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Al.
I apologize. So what are the games we're covering here?
The games we're covering here will be the Pelicans and Nuggets, Jazz and Warriors, Bulls and T-Wolves.
Yuck, and yuck. Pass on those three.
Pass on from Big Al. Next up, we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Warriors laying it here on the road against the Jazz. Warriors are playing decent basketball right now, and the Jazz honestly are horrible at home. Warriors are 12-9 against the spread in all road games this season, and the Jazz are 6-10 against the spread, revenging a loss at home this season. I think the Warriors win this one. Like I said, Jazz are really uncompetitive at home, and I think this is a big game for the Warriors to get out there and get a win for themselves.
And there from Joey, tell what I think here about these games. I'm going to go ahead and look at the Bulls. As Rod said, the Timberwolves are not a team you want to lay points with at home. 4-17 the spread. Looking here at this Bulls team, they've been shooting their threes well over their past 5, and they've been defending the three ball pretty well here in this spot. And of course, Minnesota in very poor defensive form. Looked bad in that loss against Sacramento, so I'll look at Chicago plus the points there. And in this Nuggets and Pelicans game, I like the over, especially if Gordon doesn't play. That's going to be Gordon is definitely a interior force defensively, a rebounder. Looking here at Denver, they are 8-2 the over at home, following a home game. So you don't go over with them when they come off a road trip, but it's the following games after that first home game off a trip where you like to play over with them. So I'll look for the over in this one. Nuggets is shooting lights out over their past 5, and the Nuggets, as the Pelicans, as they've done this season, playing terrible defense. I'll look at that spot there. Warriors and Jazz, I'd rather have 7, but I'm going to pass that one in that game. No play for me there. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready here for the next series of games. And they will be, to close out the NBA, it will be Suns and Thunder. Thunder now up to 13, a total 229.5. Magic and Kings. This one's kind of settling back down. We saw a 6 earlier here, and it's come down here. Kings 5, total 217.5. Let's take a look at the injuries here from this slate of games. Phoenix and the Thunder. Kevin Durant is out. He avoided the trade to Golden State, so he's not going to be traded to Golden State if he's traded at all. So that's the news there with Durant out tonight. OKC side, no Wallace, no Thies, no Mitchell, no Holmgren there for OKC. Jalen Williams will be in the lineup. He will be in the lineup here for OKC. He was questionable this morning. Orlando and Sacramento. Suggs is doubtful. We saw the move here for Valanciunas coming over to Sacramento. And he will not play tonight, obviously, because of the trade. So that's the change. That's the look there. So let's get this one underway here with Wayne.
Yeah, that Kings Magic game. Give me the over. I think it good possibility for the slightly climb over. I know Magic have been in a scoring slump. Typically a strong defensive team. I think we see a motivated Sacramento team at home. They do score better at home, and I think Magic come out of this drought of struggling to score 100 points and creep up enough to get over the total. So I'm gonna go with the over in that one.
There from Wayne. I just want to add that Levine will be in the lineup tonight for Sacramento. The traded player from Chicago, Levine, in for Sacramento. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at OKC over the Suns. They've been dominant over the Suns as a favorite. 18 straight as a favorite, to be exact, versus the Suns. They've also covered the spread in 8 straight versus Phoenix. I'm not going to get off that train now. I think they win by 15 plus. Give me OKC, lay the points. They beat up on the Suns in that one.
Just from Rod, just reminder, Levine will be in the starting lineup tonight. There, obviously, with the Fox move. Next up, we move on over to Big Al.
Oh, with these, I'm going to take the Magic. They're off 4 straight up in ATS losses. But teams with win percentages of .470 or better, they've cashed 58% in the regular season. If they're on the road and off 4 Suets losses, and then they were also playing a foe with a winning record. So I'll take Orlando plus the points.
From Big Al, next up we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, I'm going opposite here. I like the Kings laying the points at home. Fading the Magic on the road has been pretty profitable this season. They're 4-10 against the spread as a road dog, and the Kings are 3-1 against the spread at home off of a road win. I think the Kings win back-to-back here, and they win and cover the spread.
There from Joey. I'll tell you what I think here about these games. I like the over in Phoenix and Oklahoma City. OKC's gone over in 7 of 9, and Suns have been shooting the ball well. They're going to have to do it without Durant in this game, but the defense is the issue here with the Suns. It's been for most of the season. OKC over their past 4 games, averaging 124 points per 100 possessions there, so I'll look for the over in that one. Yeah, I'm with Joey here. I like Sacramento in this spot. The Magic have failed to cover 9 of 10 right now overall. It's not been good for the Magic in their past 7 road games, averaging just 99 points per 100 possessions. They have a minus 19.5 net rating over their past 7 games. It's been atrocious on the road for this Magic team. And it's not over yet because they got to play in Denver tomorrow. So this is the front end of a back-to-back. So yeah, it's been rough here for this Magic team. Really not getting much any scoring-wise other than Franz Wagner and Banchero. And then last game, Anthony had a good game, or Black had a good game, and then Banchero had a bad game. They really just can't get more than 2 guys to score for them, and that's been the problem there with this Magic team scoring. So I'll look, a Magic team will be revived here with Levine in the lineup here. I'll take him in the spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. As we're ready to move on over to college hoops for tonight. So we'll do this. We'll do these games here in 2 blocks, and the blocks we'll cover here to start the show, or to start this segment. We're going to cover the games here from let's go. The 3:30s are about to start. If you can sneak in the 3:30 or 6:30s, that's okay. So 6:30 all the way to the game, including the games at 8:30. So 6:30 and including the games at 8:30, a pretty big block here. So let's get this one underway here with Wayne.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2 games that got some tight lines where I want to be. Troy versus JMU. Give me Troy on the money line. Working with revenge. They are 0-2 versus JMU, but this JMU team is just struggling, losing a lot from last year, and just doesn't look the same. This Troy team is playing with some momentum, winning their last 4 straight, have a defense and rebounding advantage, and the stronger offense as well. Give me Troy in this spot, and I like Rhode Island. They're favored for a reason, but they're only 1-4 on the road. Fordham, another team that's been good over the last few seasons, but it's just not good this season. On the main thing they struggle with is their defense, 307 in defense. Rhode Island's a balanced team, just a better team overall. You give me a short line just because they're on the road. I'm going to take Rhode Island in this spot.
From Wayne, next up, we move on over to Rod.
You went all the way to 8:30 p.m. Eastern?
8:30, yeah, including 8:30.
Including the 8:30s. All right. So the first one I'm looking at here is well, the first one. We might go with this one. We'll put on my Illinois hat here because I just don't trust Rutgers here in this spot. A lot of money's coming in on Rutgers. It was 8.5 this morning when I seen that line. Kind of didn't trust it then, but I think this is the spot. Too much money's coming in. I think Illinois bounces back here in this spot. They out rebound Rutgers, and it could turn into a track meet. Look at that total. For a Rutgers game at a $1.57, and I think we see some offense on that one. And Illinois wins by 10 plus there. I'm looking at Providence at home here. The home dog. Providence in these spots as a home dog have been money. So give me Providence plus the 3.5 in that matchup. And one more here I like in the spot. Give me West Virginia here on the road. I don't trust TCU laying any points. They're laying 1.5. I think the wrong team's favored in that matchup. I'll take West Virginia on the money line, and then they go into TCU and win it outright in that matchup.
There we go from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Big Al.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the Bucknell American game. The Eagles are on a 7-game win streak, and they're now a 3.5 point road underdog in Lewisburg against the Bison. And NCAA teams on exactly 7 wins, like the win streak of 7 games. They've gone 183 and 249 ATS as a road dog, so I'll lay the points with Bucknell. And I don't know what time is Missouri State, Northern Iowa. Is that what time does that go?
Missouri State, Northern Iowa. Let's see. We'll just give it. We'll worry about it later.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's fair. I'm going to lay the points with the Bears. They're 8-15 on the season. They were actually blown out by the Panthers earlier this year, 79-68. And Missouri Valley teams with losing records and playing with revenge from a loss in the season's first meeting, they've gone 270 and 218 ATS at home, so I'll take Missouri State.
From Big Al, next up, we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, there's 2 spots here. I agree with what Rod said. I like Illinois here. If Illinois' offense gets going, it's going to be a track meet, and I really don't think Rutgers is going to be able to keep up. They've lost 3 or 4 overall, including back-to-back home games, so I like Illinois laying the points. And I like Syracuse at home against Duke with the plus 17. I just think this is way too many points. Duke has a huge showdown against number 2 in the ACC, Clemson, on Saturday. All they want to do is win and look forward to Saturday. I think Cuse can cover this number.
From Joey, tell me what I think about this game here. I like under in Oregon and Michigan. Oregon really struggling shooting the basketball right now, turning the ball over, struggling on the glass, can't make their threes, average just 6 points a game over their past 5. I'm with Joey here. I like Syracuse plus the 18.5 because they make threes and they defend the threes. The one blemish here with Duke in conference, and it's the only one, is the fact they give up 36% from 3. So we can probably hit the back door with Syracuse. Hey, they covered that 11 Eastern game the other night, last night against Stanford. I think it was that crazy, these ACC East teams having to play out west in these late night windows, which doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. If Boeheim was coaching, that would have never happened, by the way. Syracuse would not have played 11 Eastern. You can bet that wasn't going to happen there. All right, that's the one there. Those 2 that I like here in that slot. Let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready here for the next series of games. We go from 9 Eastern all the way to the close 11 Eastern tonight. Got some pretty good Mountain West up there as well. Colorado, Utah will be going head-to-head. That's a little bit of a rivalry game. SMU, Virginia Tech there. Arkansas, Texas head-to-head here. Belmont and Bradley. We can take a look here at some of the games. LSU, Georgia going head-to-head. Nebraska, Washington. Nebraska road favorites in Washington in the late night window. Colorado State, this one's dipped down from 9. New Mexico now 8.5 in this one. Wake Forest and Stanford. Yeah, there's a late night for Wake Forest there. Stanford 3 in that one on ESPNU. NC State, another East Coast team traveling to this 11 o'clock window. Come on, what are you guys doing to these teams? We got NC State road favorite 1. Their total 139. Let's get this one started here with Wayne.
Yeah, we're gonna head to them 2 late night games. I don't even really understand this line. NC State favorites and the 0-5 on the road. Just can't trust the offense in this spot. Give me Cal. They've known to been playing better at home. Give me Cal in that spot. And Wake Forest, Stanford. Give me Stanford. Same thing. I don't trust Wake Forest offense on the road. Yes, Wake Forest plays very solid defense. Stanford, the more balanced team. Used to playing at this time and at home. Give me Stanford in the short line.
And there we go here from Wayne. All right, next up, we move on right over to Rod.
Yeah, I agree. You got to bet against Wake Forest as a road dog there. So got to take Stanford in that matchup there. Give me Colorado plus the 7 heading into Utah and what's going to be a defensive battle, low scoring one. Kind of like the under 142.5 in that matchup, but take the road dog and the Buffs plus the 7 there. And then I like Belmont here heading into Bradley. I think that's going to be a really good game there in that matchup, and I'll take Belmont as a road dog. So a couple road dogs late in the slate for me. Colorado, Belmont. Little 2-teamer for you.
There you go from Rod. Next up, Big Al.
Well, let's see what I want to do here. I'm going to take a home dog with Virginia Tech. They're off back-to-back upset wins on the road against Florida State and Virginia, and ACC Conference home dogs have gone 33-15 ATS in conference games off back-to-back Suets wins if they were getting more than 3 points. So I'll take Tech against SMU.
From Big Al. Next up, we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, there's just one game I'm looking at from this time slot, and I like Nebraska on the road against Washington. Cornhuskers are playing well. They had big wins against Oregon and Illinois. Washington struggles to score. They scored under 70 points in 2 of their last 4 games. Nebraska is getting hot. Honestly, these are the games they have to win if they want to get a good seed for the Big Ten tournament, and this is one that they will win. So give me Nebraska on the money line.
From Joey, tell you what I like about these games. I like the under in Cincinnati and UCF. Cincinnati is last in offensive efficiency in the Big 12. They can't make their threes. They can't shoot inside. They can't make their free throws. Just ugly offensive team. Bearcats 9-0 to the under away from their home court. So neutral sites and road games combined 9-0 under here. Knights also 8-5 to the under at home behind really good defense and poor shooting. Under in that one. Also, I agree with Rod with Providence plus the points. Blue Jays don't shoot the ball as well in their road games. And I'm going to take the points here with Colorado State plus the points here. Looking at the Rams second in offensive efficiency, man, they're shooting the ball well. 35% from 3, 60% from 2 for Colorado State. They're 82% at the line. That line is just that stat line there is too strong for me. I got to take them. Give me 8.5 points. Give me Colorado State in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready here for the next. So we'll switch on over to the NHL. There's 3 games on the card tonight, so let's get to them here. Bruins and Rangers here, top of the hour. TNT has this one. We've got the Rangers 214, total of 6. Second game of the TNT doubleheader. Oilers at Blackhawks. Oilers 264, total 6.5. And the Kings' long road trip is finally ended. They're back home here, hosting the Canadiens here. The Kings 237, total 5.5. They got a win at Carolina of all teams on that road trip, which surprised the hell out of me a few days ago. So let's get this one here underway with Wayne.
No for me, Tony.
No skates tonight for Wayne. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
And for me, looking at this slate of NHL action, the first one I like here, I like the Rangers to Boston. Korpisalo has now been confirmed for the Bruins in that one, and I'm just going to fade that guy. Boston in the second half of games here. And versus teams that actually can score some goals, they haven't fared so well. You look at their number, and I believe they're like 2-14 this season. 2 of those wins, one of them was against the Rangers earlier. So revenge game here. Shesterkin's in goal for the Rangers. I'm going to take the Rangers minus 2.5 at a plus 220 in that one. I think they beat up on Boston there. And then Edmonton and Chicago, I'm going to take the over in that one. You got Soderblom going for the Blackhawks in that matchup, and it's Picard going for the Oilers. Soderblom's good for giving up 3. Picard's usually good for giving up 2 or 3 as well. 5-2 to the over when these 2 teams get together in Chicago over their last 7 games. I believe this was at 6. It's now popped up to 6.5. So We easily get to 7, 8 goals in that one. Then they give me the under in your Kings game at home, Tony. You got Montreal and their hot rookie goalie in Jacob Dawgz going in that one for Montreal. And he's been solid since he's come up and started for Montreal. And we know Kemper's been absolutely lights out. And this Kings team has been absolutely lights out defensively. So first of 3 wins that one. They'd be under 5.5 Montreal, LA.
From Rod, next up we move on over to Big Al.
Yeah, I'm going to pass with all these lines north of $2.
From Big Al, next up we move over to Joey.
Yeah, I like the Canadians on the puck line here. On the road against the Kings. Kings finally return home, like you had mentioned. However, I'm going to butcher his last name, but the Canadians goalie, he's hot, man. He's 5-1-1 since he's come up to the NHL. He's got 2.10 goals against average. Kings have really struggled, and if this is a low-scoring game, that's very beneficial to Montreal here. I like the Habs on the puck line. They even sprinkle on the money line as well. From
Joey, all right, next up, we got you through. We got you through the hockey. So now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment where our cappers can give out a parlay, they can give out a team player prop, they can give out a game of their choice. They make a call here in this segment. So let's get it underway here with Wayne.
Yeah, I got 2 college basketballs and 1 NBA. We're going to go with Troy on the money line. We're going to go with Cal on the money line. And we're going to go with the Chicago Bulls plus the spread.
There from Wayne. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
If we're going to go a different way, a couple goal scorers on the ice. Same game, though, because I think we're going to get the high-scoring one in Chicago tonight. I think Zach Hyman, anytime goal. And we're going to take Connor Bedard, anytime goal in that game tonight. A couple goal scorers for you tonight.
Goal scorers there from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Big L.
Bucknell minus the 3.5, and the Detroit Pistons plus the 3.5 or 4.
Big L. Next up, over to Joey.
All right, I'm going to golf again, and it's the closest thing to an LIV event that the PGA has, and it's the Waste Management Open. I like Jordan Spieth top 20, and I like Patrick Rogers top 20. Both are in the plus 220 to plus 300 range on DraftKings.
There you go. Did they make changes to fan behavior over there? I heard something like that, some complaints last year. Did they ever solidify anything? What did they do? They screw it up?
They really cracked down a little bit, but
no.
I don't think anything's going to change. I think it's still going to be rowdy. I think you're going to have the fans screaming at the golfers again, and I cannot wait. It's going to be an incredible weekend.
That's a fun one to see, for sure.
Happy Gilmore it up. Come on now. You gotta be like Happy Gilmore. Come on now. That's
right.
how we want.
I just want to see people diving in the bunker again. That's incredible.
You're right.
That's a pretty cool one there, man. I like that Waste Management Open there. Ones I like here, I like Colorado State plus the points with the Hornets plus the points, and the Sixers now up to a 2-point favorite there against the Miami Heat. All right, we got you through the parlay segment. Peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what the cappers have for sale over at Pick Dawgz. We're heading to a big week of action. Hoops and hockey, of course. NFL Super Bowl coming up here on a Sunday. Let's see what Wayne has for sale over at Pick Dawgz. Wayne put together a really good NFL season. What you got going over at the site?
Yes, as Tony mentioned, very solid NFL season. Looking to finish it off for Super Bowl Sunday. As far as today, though, I've been, as I mentioned the last few shows, been keeping it a little lighter, just trying to get my momentum, read the card better. Just one play for me. Play today in the NBA. Definitely looking to smack that play and crush it for us. And, yeah, you can get some long term. Long term will get you on this line early as it has moved. Pair me up with one of these fine handicappers. A lot of these guys are rolling hot, and as I always say, even the guys that are not rolling hot end up turning it around. So you can pair me up with any of these guys, and looking to finish this week strong. So let's get it.
Let's get there with Wayne over at Pick Dawgz. Let's take a look at what Big Al has for sale over at Pick Dawgz. Big Al's put impressive past 12 months.
Yeah, I've got today just basketball, passing, and hockey today, and I've got one of the plays is my first 5-star of the college or pro basketball season. It's a conference game of the year. I'm already 3-0 on my conference games of the year this season, winning in the SEC, the Summit League, and the West Coast Conference. So hopefully we'll go to 4-0 on our conference games of the year with this play tonight.
Very good from Big Al. Get on board. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. So get on board with Big Al. Let's see what Rod has for sale over at Pick Dawgz. Rod's pretty great in the NHL for the season.
Yeah, for me over at Pick Dawgz Streaming tonight, I got my NHL Sniper play. We hit it with Ottawa yesterday, so let's get back to back going in that one. Um, let's get it. The NHL Sniper, we've been hot in the ice, so definitely. Actually, my bad. That was Monday we hit with Ottawa. Yesterday we lost with Montreal because they couldn't score the empty net goal. They were up big in that one, so we dropped our NHL Sniper bounce back today on that one. And then I've got my NBA drop a dime play. We dropped it yesterday. I took the Clippers, and man, they didn't even get off the bus in that matchup. So not as hot as Tony in the NBA, but definitely over the last month, we've still been hitting 60% winners, 22-14. I'm a light NBA guy. I don't play a whole lot of NBA action, so very selective. Got a nice NBA drop a dime play there. So a couple plays going there for me. I got my Super Bowl action up already. Nice little 3-pack there, side total. And who's going to win the MVP in that package. So definitely jump aboard long term. Been a little bit cold to start the week, so time to heat up as we head towards the weekend. Jump aboard something long term is the way to go. More bang for your buck here at Pick Dawgz Premium.
There we go. Get on board with Rod over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Remember that promo code PICK to save that 15% off at checkout. Let's see what Joey has for sale over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Joey's put together pretty good college hoops here.
Yeah, I got 3 college basketball plays up and 1 NHL play up. I am 8-3 in my last 11 NHL selections, and I am 76-54 long term with my college basketball plays. And I also have my Super Bowl best bet up, and use the code PICK for 15% off for any of those plays.
That's right, guys. I get on board here with Joey Tron over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Promo code there as well. Okay, I got a best bet on the board from the NBA. Also, 3-pack with an NBA Premium, 2 college hoops plays out there. So get on board with 3. I've told you 15-0-1 to the spread. Document over at Pick Dawgz on my last 16 NBA releases. Looking for a big winner today here with my best bet and the game that's tied into my 3-pack as well. Get on board my long-term pass, 7-day pass will get you all my hoops action for the next 7 days, including my Super Bowl pick. And I have a very good year in the NFL here at Pick Dawgz, so get on board with me. Promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Multi-capper promotion, so you can match me up with all your favorite cappers over at Pick Dawgz with the multi-capper promotion. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. We got you through that. Just want to make note here of our YouTube channel. We're here every day here. I'm sorry, Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern with the drive-through. But there's content every day flowing over on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel on demand. Of course, Big Al, I know you've got your all-access video and your all-access pass, of course, for your customers.
Yeah, and one of the benefits, Tony, of the all access is that plays go to the members there that don't go to the regular Pick Dawgz. For example, I added a couple plays this evening for the all access because at Pick Dawgz you have to post by 11 a.m. So with the all access, we can post right up until game time. And if you'd like to join, just text Big Al to 702-769-0404.
Very good with Big Al there and all access. Rob, pretty much a regular here on the drive-through.
Yeah, pretty much regular here on the drive-through, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So definitely tune into the drive-through regularly, and we'll get you some winners.
Absolutely. And, of course, when you follow boxing for us.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate Tony T always asking me about it so I can plug you in. It was leans. I wish I was a little more confident, but last time he asked me about it, I mentioned the Benavidez card. Benavidez won outright. I also mentioned how Fulton fought Figueroa. This will be the second fight. And that I like Fulton at a plus 200. He also won this weekend. Big cards coming up. Baval and Artur Beterbiev coming up, so I'll be looking to break that down and give you guys a winner on that as well.
Now, we do have a fight announced for September with Canelo.
Yes, Canelo and Crawford, I did see that. I'm curious to see the odds on that. Definitely going to be Canelo will be the favorite, but I'm curious to see how much of a favorite.
Yep, in September. That was just announced to be a good one there. See what Joey, of course, we're still counting down. The countdown's getting closer to NASCAR. Right? I think they're going to be hitting the Coliseum out here in LA pretty soon.
10 more days. 10 days till Daytona, and I cannot wait. We're almost at single digits. I feel like it's been forever, and I feel like not too long ago I said 40 or 50 days, but I'm excited.
Yes, it's flying by. Yes, that's right. You'll catch Joey's Indy coverage there here on the YouTube channel. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. We're back again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have a lot of trade news, so we'll be able to really get the solid lines and solid lineups for you tomorrow because the trade deadline's tomorrow, and it'll be over before we start the show, so we'll be able to have some information for you for the NBA because could be guys on the move. We'll see if they throw some lines up for tomorrow. Maybe the limits will be lower. We'll see how it rolls here. The NBA trade deadline tomorrow should be wild again. So be sure to tune in for the drive-thru. We'll have that information for you, as well as all the picks, and of course solidify who's in, who's out after the deadline. That's going to do it here. Anybody have anything in closing before we go?
Have yourself a good one. Get it.
Let's get it, guys. Wake up, buddy, guys. You guys.